Yeah, and you talked about classical music, but there's a lot in pop culture too that has that probably wouldn't be possible without Wagner, um,
Right.
or has a lot of Wagnerian influences, and the mass media culture and Wagner's relationship to that, and Wagner writing right at the cusp of that actually coming into being a thing, and his ideas and his artwork and his stories kind of being the first generation thing that mass media picked up, and
Right.
that carries over today in things like The Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and the Marvel movies. There's lots of little motifs and undercurrents, and in a way, these aren't just Wagnerian. They go way back into fairy tales and myths,
Hmm.
but Wagner really crystallized all of that human heritage, storytelling
Right.
heritage, right at the beginning of
Right.
modernity,
Right. Right.
in a way that's very impactful,
Yeah,
and
and kind of in a
also
tangent like that,
westerns. You know,
from that I think about a lot, like the way that how much power somebody like Arthur Schnabel or like Jacques Thibault or like these kinds of early 20th century artists had, that they had the privilege of being the first people that were recorded, and how much that weighs kind of on us. And um, like, what if instead um, Anton Rubinstein was the first person that was recorded, or what if Isaac Stern was like the first person that was ever recorded? You know, it could go either direction of
yeah,
of
the anxiety
where
of
do we start keeping the
influence.
record? You know, like literally, where do we
Yeah,
start keeping the record? Of
yeah,
and I think, like you said, Wagner is kind of at that cusp of just before we start entering a global world. Wagner is one of the biggest and most influential names. You know, we could think earlier like somebody like Handel that had like massive notoriety, but he didn't quite live in a global international world at that point. Um, so
mm,
it just, you know, how we see his music and the impact that his music ended up having is just different.